Hello everybody, and welcome back to the KnitKnackChat knitting podcast. I am your host, Zach. This is episode 5. Today is July 1st. Happy July. Hope everybody's June went really well. Hopefully everybody celebrated Pride Month and Indigenous History Month to their heart's content and did so joyously with open arms. And do not forget that every month should be Pride Month, and you don't have to stop caring for your loved ones just because Pride Month is over, because everybody needs support 24/7, 365. That's my little PSA for this, but it is currently about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been out and about today, been really busy, got a lot of things to show you. It's weird that I'm back so soon. I don't have many finished objects because it hasn't been a month, but I have one which is really big, and then a lot of works in progress and a lot of acquisitions. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as KnitKnackZach, and then you can also hop on, if you're available, onto my Ravelry group, which I'll have in the link. I'll have a link in the description so that you guys can go add yourself to that page for a very special thing happening. So let's get started with finished objects. These are a pair of socks. It's not just any pair of socks. These are my Saturday socks, which was a test knit I did for Tracie Millar. It is a ribbed DK weight sock, twisted rib the entire way I did, and it has a reverse stockinette heel flap, square heel turn, really nice pattern. I feel so lucky that I was able to test knit it for her, and thank you, Tracie, if you're watching this. It was lovely to be part of that group of ladies, and I learned so much from all of them. I knit this out of Muse 2320 Sparrow DK 7525 superwash wool and nylon in the colorway kitchen sink, so you can really see all of the entire kitchen sink in this colorway, which is literally my favorite. I have a sweater in this colorway, which you've seen before on past episodes. I love the details in this sock. Super fun to knit, super quick. I do plan on making several more pairs of these, probably the shorties, for Christmas gifts. I knit this up a needle size than what is recommended to get gauge, because I knit tight, so I usually go up a needle size to get gauge, and that was right. So 24 stitches per inch on a US 3.25 millimeter needle, DK, 24 stitches to 4 inches. I did a 48 inch, or a 48 stitch sock for both my socks. All of my other details are in my notes page on Ravelry if you want to check that out when the pattern's released. That'll be linked in Tracie's pattern when you go to purchase it. It'll be one of the projects there. So those are that. I love these. They're so comfy. They fit perfectly, and I will be knitting so many of them for gifts because I have a lot of DK, which you will see. So let's just get right into whips, because that's really the main bulk besides my stash acquisitions. So the first whip I have is in my cornflower bag that I got from Nomadic Yarns when I made my first purchase with her. I need to make another purchase with her soon when I get paid, because I need me some self-striping yarn. So this is my Sosu Mystery Knit Along Brioche and Mystery Shawl. I'm at the final section. I think I'm almost halfway done with, I think I'm halfway done. I think I'm only going to do the 8-row border instead of the 10-row border, because I don't want to do that much. But I'm doing the chevron border, which isn't really like a chevron, it's more of like a point accent border, which is really nice, because then it's not a whole bunch of decreasing and increasing, it's just increasing, which is really nice. So I'm giving this to my mom when I'm done with it, and she's gonna decide what color she wants the border in. Either it's gonna be in this yellow color, or it's gonna be in one of my other millions of yarns I have in my stash. So let me just go over the colors real quick. My color A is this light blue green. It's more of a green, but it comes up as blue on the screen, which is Muse 2320 Crane Wife on the colorway Storm. And then the contrast, the color B is Whippoorwill, which is a 7525, which Sarah doesn't really have in her shop anymore, which is this dark blue in Stockholm. My contrast color C is this garter here, and the combination, the tan brown here, which is Rosin, again on Crane Wife by Muse. And then my yellow is Sunshine on Red Stake Fibers Cottage Sock, which is a 7525 as well, which I have plenty of in order to do a border. But if my mom doesn't love that as the border because it's super bright, and I totally agree with, it's like really bright, and I don't know if I would want it as the border, honestly. But yeah, so it's almost done. I just have to sit and do a few rows, and yeah, that'll be done. This will be done by the next podcast, and I'll have some pictures of it on my Instagram with my mother modeling it, which will be really nice to be able to take pictures of somebody else in my knits, because especially if it's for somebody else, I want to picture it for that person and post it on my Ravelry on my project page. So there's that. Super in love with that. Next, I have my Vertices Unite shawl, which I just added another section. I added and finished section 2 to that shawl. Oh, this is the wrong side. This is the right side. Here it is. There we go. That's better. That's cleaner. So I had finished section 1 completely last time, and I picked up and I did section 2. Made a few mistakes in some of my my short rows, but I just corrected them by going like either one more or one less, depending on what I accidentally did. So it still has that same angle. Super easy section, super fun. I thought it would be super complicated, but it really wasn't. Because I'm like, oh no, short rows. But I'm like, wait, it's garter, and my short rows are indicated by where I do the garter. Super fine. So I used Dovetail is the light brown color, and then Cast Iron is the variegated gray. Well, it's not variegated, it's a tonal gray. And that. So then I've just been procrastinating. I've been working on other projects and have been procrastinating doing section 3, which I will be doing. I am going to be doing my Surrey, my matching Surrey and Crane Wife and kitchen sink. Oh, those are my needles. My matching Surrey and Crane Wife and kitchen sink. Just because I want to try to use up as much of this Surrey as I can. And yeah, I feel like it'll be a really good place to put it since it's the same color. So this is the only place I'll be putting the Surrey. So if I'm going to use this again, the kitchen sink and the shawl, I'll just use it by itself because it'll be knit with another color. So that's that. I hope to have that kind of progressed by next time. We'll see what happens. I have this in my French Supply Co. Shawl bag. It's a wax canvas drawstring. Super nice. I love this bag. It smells really good, honestly. So there's that. And then my next two objects you guys didn't see. They were future cast-ons that I have now cast on and worked on. So my first one is my So Summer shirt by Jessie May. So it's gonna be kind of funky to show you. But so I did the folded hem. The folded hem for this. I am doing the cropped version, so I did the original cropped version, which is an 8 inches from the underarm. So I split my front and back, and I'm knitting my front and back panels at the same time using 2 balls, knitting them at the same time, just so I know exactly that they're the same, because I don't have the patience to be taking notes and putting stitch markers in, and I think it'll just be easier and faster to do it that way. I am using Fiber for the People yarn, her baby alpaca silk linen blend, in her Going Out jean colorway. I really hope I have enough to finish this. Another modification I am doing is I am making a little like a German slipped, like I'm doing the whole like salvage edge on the armholes, and I think I'm going to do it for the neckline as well, just so I can pick up my stitches easier. I think I'm going to have do the unfinished version of the neck, just because I don't know if I'll have enough yarn when I do sleeves. So just to be safe, my plan is to have an unfinished neck. If I have enough yarn to do a finished neck, I'll just pick it up and do an I-cord, a really loose I-cord. But that's that. Super fun project. Super mindless right now. Just a simple repeat as I get through the pattern, and it's a lot of fun. And then my last current work in progress is that I talked about last time. So this is my test knit for Vincent, who is ByDelz on Instagram. Only on the Instagrams. His Oxonian sweater that I'm test knitting for him, obviously, like I've said. I'm just a few rows into the flat increases after the short rows on the collar, and I have a long ways to go. But I really love it so far. I am using his yarn as well, which is the Yak Sock, which is a 70-20-10 merino yak and nylon blend. So my main color, like you saw, is Abador's Waters. My contrast color, my first contrast color for the little middle section, if you haven't seen this on Instagram. Oh, it comes up really yellow. Here's more of it true to color. Is Harry's Suit, which is a deep blue. And then my body color and like bottom of my sleeves after the section will be Meredith Grey, which I think I'm really going to be in love with, and I'm going to wear the heck out of, especially because it's such a casual garment. So those are all my works in progress. I still have that sock tube that I'm knitting up, but there's not a lot of progress on that. I think I'll just show you guys that project when it's done, especially on Instagram when I do my cut-in and stuff for that. So I guess now we got to go on to the big anticipated, probably really long-winded, it will probably be the rest of this video, my yarn haul from 2 different yarn stores. So Muse 2320, for those of you who don't know, if it's your first time watching, hi, welcome. Thank you for watching and coming this far. I am an employee down at Muse 2320 Fiber Company, which is a local brick and mortar store and hand-dyed yarn shop here in Hastings, Minnesota, where I'm from. And yeah, so that's where I work, and I spend most of my yarn money. So Sarah, who is the dyer behind Muse, is having a sale right now. I'm not sure if it's just this weekend or if it's until she's out of stock, but she is upgrading and replacing her Sparrow DK base, which I've shown many times, to a more softer merino. The company that she buys her yarn from technically labels her current stock as merino wool, but it's not as soft. It's a little bit rougher, which is why she advertises it as a superwash wool, not a superwash merino. But besides the fact, it's still lovely yarn and it's still lovely and super warm. I have a sweater made out of it. I have a pair of socks knit out of it. And now I'm going to have a blanket knit out of it. And let me show you my bag. So this bag is full of yarn. I had bought 15 or no, I think I bought 13 or 14 skeins of yarn. So she's having a 20% off sale. All of the Sparrow, no code needed. And then all of the other yarn and kits in her store are 10% off with the code Firework or Fireworks. If you go to her website, I'll have it linked below. That detail will be on the front page. So please go send some love. Say that Zach sent you. Maybe she'll put a goodie in your bag when she ships off her orders. So my plan with all of this DK is to knit a Scrappy Starflanket blanket for myself. So yeah, my method for my madness, because I'm not a super scrappy person, I'm kind of type A, where I like to really plan things out and I like things to be structured in a certain sense when it comes to like garments and clothes when I'm knitting. But my plan for this is I'm only going to be using 50 grams of all of the yarn that I bought brand new in here. Or that's all, I'm going to be using 50 grams of all of this yarn that's in this bag for this blanket. And then, but in order to make it random, I'm going to take a box, dump all the yarn in it, close it up, tape it, cut a hole, make sure I can't see any of the colors. When I go in, put my hand in, shake it around, grab out a skein of yarn, knit with that yarn until I'm done with the one section, or until the yarn runs out. And then when I'm done with that, put it aside, don't put it back in the bucket. If I've ran out of colors and I still have yarn and I still have a ways to go, I will put all of the remaining yarn that I didn't use back in and use again in that random fashion, because I think that'll just make me more adamant of letting it happen as it happens. So I'm going to do a quick scroll by of the colors that I have. Oh, there, put the label right side up, Zach. So it's this deep, there's not a colorway on it, but I think this is the O'Donna colorway if you look at it. If you look for it in the shop, there's still a lot of it in the shop, I think. Everything that I have to say about these yarns and their quantities in the shop right now, I don't know. I haven't checked recently, so if they're sold out, I'm sorry. Wait until she gets her new DK base all dyed up. I have this brown, which is similar to her mocha colorway. I have this pinky purple. I have this deeper purple. This is really pretty. This bright pink. Oh, this is really pretty. I have this orangey pink. I have this light blue. It's called Mist. I have this variegated, not variegated, tonal green. It's really pretty. I have this cranberry color called Cranberry Slush. I have this deep black color. It's called Blackjack. A lot of these yarns are using her old label. Some of them have her new label. This is one of my favorite greens. It's called Nightshade. I have a bright yellow. This is called Dutch Frill. I have this color. It's called Button Mushroom. And I have two more colors that I had bought from her stock. This is Rosin, which is literally my favorite color. I have it in at least 4 different projects. Wait, I can see 1, 2, 3 projects for sure. 4 if you count this blanket. And then my last color that I had bought that I didn't already have in my stash was Harbor. So I'll only be using 50 grams of these 100 gram skeins. And then my plan for the other 50 grams is to be learning to crochet the Granny Go Round, which I'm absolutely in love with. And then the last skeins that I have in this bag are skeins that I already had in my stash that I'm going to be throwing in as well. Here, let me show you this one first. So these are this is the same color, and this is 50 grams. I will be winding them together, all tie them together, put them in one big ball so that I can use it as it is, as 50 grams. This is History Professor's Vest. It's a kind of a tan, like a tan mustard, I guess I would kind of call it. Kind of pukey colored, but like it's gorgeous. So the rest of these colors in this bag are from when I test knit Steven's Painting Bricks sweater. I did a painting, follow the Rainbow Brick Road sweater, so I used Sarah's yarn, which she graciously gave me for free to knit this sweater. And I knit an 8-color rainbow out of this yarn. I don't have enough of my main color to use as 50 grams, but everything is a little bit more than 50 grams. I'll be taking out so they all equal 50 grams. So this is Birch Bark, which is a standard in her shop. This is Basil Pesto. This is Tobacco, which is a brown tonal. I think this is Stockholm. Pumpkin. It's just an orange tonal. This one, I think this one is a Ruby Rice Red. She has several reds in her shop, which is really nice. And then my last color is Love Actually, which is this really nice tonal pink. Light pink. So that's all of that. I will put all of that yarn back in that bag after I record because it will take me 10 minutes to do so. So yeah, so that's that. Please go show some love to Sarah. She worked so hard this last month. She was, like I said in my last podcast, she was invited to Zombie Knitpocalypse to be part of their marketplace, and she died up a storm, stocking up the shop, for that event, and she came out on top in the black, and I'm really happy for her. I'm really excited to see where she continues to grow. So yeah, my next thing, so I had been working a lot more the last half of the month in order to help Sarah get to Zombie Apocalypse. So I actually got paid. I didn't have any yarn debt, so I actually got paid, which was really awesome. And I went right away and I spent all of my paycheck on yarn. Because that doesn't sound wrong at all to do. So I went up to the Twin Cities. I went up to St. Paul, to the Yarnery, and I got this cute bag. So this is a Baggy bag. This is their duck bag, which I love. It has four button clasps that close up like this, so it can be a cute little handbag that's really secure. And then it also has a strap, which is extendable and can be used as a throw-in messenger bag. And it also has this really cute pocket. Oh, I didn't even know it came out. That's so cool. I didn't know this pocket came out. That changes everything. Sarah is also looking to get these Baggy bags, or Baggy, this brand, in her shop as well. So that maybe will happen soon. So this was my first big purchase that I got from there. I also bought this candle, which is Good and Well Supply Company. This is their National Park collection. This is Bryce Canyon, a cinnamon, orange, pine needle, and smoke scent, handcrafted in Seattle, Washington. Super nice soy candle. Smells really pretty. I think it might be affecting my throat and nose. I don't know. So let's get into this yarn haul. So as I go through this bag, I'll tell you what projects they're going to be used for. I don't know when these projects will be cast on, but it probably won't be for a while. For one of them will probably just stay in my stash for a while, but they have a project in mind, and I just wanted to buy the yarn because it was there. So first, I got 4 skeins of Brooklyn Tweed Dapple. This is in, oh gosh, the Anger colorway. So 60% merino wool, 40% organic cotton. It is so soft, and I'm so excited to work with this. So this is a marled yarn. They're all slightly different. These were the 4 that were the most similarly toned, which is why I got them. And I'm going to be using, my plan is to make the Me Oh My tee by Park Williams, which is a t-shirt pattern that I bought off Ravelry. And I bought the pattern during Miss Park Williams' birthday sale, because I've seen her patterns around. She's friends with Jessie May and James Watts, and I see her on their stories, and I was just like, I really love this t-shirt. And yeah. So the next thing in this bag, I'm just gonna get it out of the bottom of the bag, are these 2. Oh wow, these look fantastic on camera. So these both are polka dot sheep. I don't know where this hand dyer is from. Montana. Hand dyed in Whitefish, Montana. So I bought these yarns together because I was like, Cosmo and Wanda, what you doing? So the pink is Ski Bunny, and the green is Bioluminescence. These are, don't put your hand in the middle of this game. These are on the Tenderfoot 80-20, as it says, 80% merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. So yeah, I'm going to be using these for a pair of socks, which we'll talk about in a little bit with my knit along. So that's these. I'm still not sure if I want to do sister socks or if I want to do twin socks. When I say sister socks, I mean like identical toe, or twin socks, I mean like identical like look. So contrast, heel, toes, cuffs are the same, and the body is the same. Or if I want to do sisters where I flip them, I'm not sure yet. Put those there, and then my last thing in this bag is for yet another test knit, because I can't stop with the test knits. So these are just the 3 colors that I had bought. But I had bought Holst garn, Coast, which is a 55% lamb's wool, 45% cotton blend. They come in 50 grams skeins, 383 yards per little cake. So I'm going to be using this for Chase Harpoles. I'm sorry, Chase, if I'm saying your name wrong. But I just accepted a test knit for him. So he is coming out with the Elm Street sweatshirt, which is a cropped sweatshirt, which is reminiscent to Johnny Depp's cropped jersey, I think, that he wears in Nightmare on Elm Street. This color palette is a lot moodier on camera than it is in person. My top color is Cassis, which is a purpley maroon. It's not really as maroon as it looks. Oh, wait. No, I can't really get it to like... Oh, wait, that's probably... It's more purpley. And then this green is Mangrove. And then my main color is lead. So I'm going to be... So there are these like stripe sections on the sleeves, cuff, and collar, which are... So I'm going to be doing a green, purple, green striping with the gray body of the sweater. And I kind of think of this as like a moody mystery machine because of the purple and green. It kind of makes me think of the Mystery Machine. And it fits because it's kind of still spooky, but it's like the Mystery Machine is like decrepit and it's in a junkyard and blah, 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 blah. So that's my plan for this yarn. I will be knitting my swatch soon to get ready for that test knit. But that is it for my acquisitions. I spent a lot of money today that I shouldn't have. But I don't... Alrighty, without further ado, here I am, announcing something very important to my friends out on the internet. I am starting a knit-along. Yay, knit-along, yay, yay. And I am not going to be doing this knit-along alone. I have been in communication with my friend Heather, who is the 4th star here on YouTube and Instagram. So please go check her out. You probably already have, but she is a knitting lady down in Chicagoland, who is really awesome. She shouted me out a few times on her podcast, and I really appreciate it. And I'm glad I could have helped her, that I have helped her when she's needed it. So we're doing a sock knit along because I think it's something easy and fun, and I really like knitting socks. So the name of this sock knit along is the Socks and Stocks KAL. So that is hashtag Socks and Stocks KAL on Instagram. And the premise behind this knit along is that you knit socks any way you like, any style, fingering weight, DK, shorty, full leg. But the only thing, it has to be pretty enough to show off in your Birkenstocks or in some kind of open-toed shoe or sandal like thing. So that's really the only thing that I kind of care about. My start date for it is going to be Monday, July 5th, just because I don't know when. Heather is going to get her video up, and Heather might have her own guidelines and stuff and her own price sequence that she's going to be giving out. Which is totally fine. It's up to her. Feel free to double dip if you want. Yeah, I just kind of want any socks that are started as of July would be awesome. Late June, early July. This knit along is going through to the start of September, so it's going to be about an 8-week knit along to knit a pair of socks, knit 2 pairs of socks, knit a pair and a half. I don't know. So yeah, I'll show you right now what socks I'm wearing. I am just wearing a simple shorty sock. I based this pattern off of the Rose City Rollers. I did a cuff instead of a rolled hem, heel flap, gusset. This is out of Nomadic Yarn, self-striping in the green thumb colorway. These are sisters, not twins. They're almost twins, but they're not. I love these socks, and I like wearing them in my Birkenstocks because they're shorties. And I have a series on my Insta stories called Socks and Stocks, where I occasionally post what kind of hand knit socks I'm wearing with my Birkenstocks. Hopefully to increase that collection soon. So yeah. So obviously any sort of sock you want to knit, make it DK, make it fingering, make it a full leg sock, make it a shorty. I don't really care. I just want you guys to feature a self-striping yarn, or a really highly variegated yarn that flashes really nice or does some really nice pooling, or a pattern sock. So any of Tracie Millar's socks that she has, or Jody Brown's socks that are on Ravelry, any colorwork socks that you can find by Stone Knit or anybody. Any other pattern sock that I'm not mentioning or designers are all welcome. Or like cabled sock patterns, those are also cool. I'm going to be knitting the Twisty Boy socks by Niklas Heed. I test knit those for him, and I didn't love how my test knit went, so I'm going to be doing them again on the right needle this time, hopefully getting them right. And then, yeah, so I have 3 prizes in mind. Two big main prizes, and then 1 little prize in mind for this knit along. So the first prize I'm going to draw from my chatter thread in my Ravelry group will be the beginning of August. So I'll randomly pick somebody from the chatter thread, and that person will win a pattern on Ravelry or anywhere else they find patterns. Like a sock pattern, especially, so not something super expensive. Just for me financially. But I'm super awesome and willing to give you a sock pattern if you really are looking to get one, or like a heel pattern or something. So that'll be the first prize. And then my second and third prizes will be drawn at the end of the knit along. I will draw from the FO thread for sure. And I will also be drawing and pulling a name from the Instagram hashtag, which again is Socks and Stocks KAL, all capital, all lowercase. I think it works both ways. But for that, I will be gifting you guys a sock set from Use 2320, and then also a pattern of your choosing as well. So yeah, please join and have fun. I love the idea of having hand knit socks, especially because they're super lightweight and it's summer and I like showing off my hand knits, and I feel like it's a really easy way to show them off. Not a lot of people look at your feet, but some people look and stare at you funny if you wear socks and Birkenstocks or socks and Crocs. But I think it's a really good talking point if people are like, oh, those are really cool socks, where'd you get them? And you can be like, oh, I knit them myself, they're my own. So yeah, so that's really awesome, and I really hope you guys can have fun as well. Please let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite method of knitting socks are. Mine currently is magic loop. I'm comfortable doing toe up and cuff down. I prefer doing toe up. And I like doing them 2 at a time because then I have a pair done quickly and then like at the same time. So yeah, feel free to enter. That's about it. Yeah, again, kind of a shorter episode. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed yourself. Share with friends, share on Instagram. Tell me in the comments below what you think I should work on, if anything. I know it was kind of pretty fast-paced in the beginning, but I didn't want to stay on too long. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, do all those fun YouTube things. See you later. Happy knitting. Bye, friends.